Exactly.
So you can project these fantasy differences if you like, but they're not real.
The key point that Turnbull makes this morning, and I'm not saying this is a shift, I said before that it was held by Republican candidates and by the Pentagon, is that he is basically saying that political reconciliation is the only way that the people of Iraq and Syria can end this situation, right, and this conflict, and that it's got to be the right boots on the right ground. In other words, reading between the lines, he's talking about, and this is not a new point, he's talking about the limits of transformational American nationalism in terms of remaking the Middle East in its own image. That, I think, is an important point, and I think it's an important point for Australians to make in Washington. Greg needs to apply the national interest test. Why is it a national interest for an Australian leader to press the Americans to be more assertive in the Middle East?
I was answering your point that Australians had previously done whatever Americans said, which is simply and plainly not true. You were just stating an untruth about that. And I gave as evidence that it was under Tony Abbott, in your view an American lapdog, that we joined China's Asia Infrastructure Bank against the wishes of America. So you have to occasionally tether these phantasmagorical perceptions in reality. And Turnbull's view of the Middle East is identical with Obama's. So it may be the right view of the Middle East, but it's not in any sense differentiating himself from the American administration.